I got the chalk in my throat. The last time I took a look at a OnePlus phone, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really that hyped. When the star of the show they have for a phone launch is faster charging, you don't really have, the greatest hopes for the coolest device ever. But this time there is genuinely some kit in here that I am actually excited for. OnePlus might finally be a perfect package. And with perfect packages, sometimes you get two packages that apparently have sweet things inside of them. Short circuit! Anyways, hi. Hello, friend. You probably weren't expecting space ice cream, were you? Just a little something to hold you over till March 8th. Oh wow, look at that. Cosmic ice cream. Whoa, ew. Why does it?
You never had space ice cream before?
No.
Yo, it's so good.
That's it? That's all we got was ice cream? Are you kidding me, OnePlus? Can we try the ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really a mint chip guy. So we open it up and then we're good, right? Mm-hmm. It's not gonna make a mess. Oh, and there's another packet. Oh, it's leaking. Oh God.
So good though. Why is it gonna
Whoa. Wow, it's actually really good.
Right?
I got the chalk in my throat. Eat slow. All right, jokes aside, this is what we're actually here for. The OnePlus 9 series media kit featuring Hasselblad. Now that name might not mean a lot to some of you, but to others, this is where OnePlus finally completes the package. They've got the best CPUs now, they got the best screens, the best, pretty much some of the best of everything, but they've always been missing one thing, and it's cameras. I'm sorry, OnePlus. Your cameras, they kind of suck, but maybe that changes today. Yeah, it's cool, but what does this have to do with the phone? It was like last time, what was their tagline? Ultra stops at nothing or something like that. And it's like, okay, why? Right, Hasselblad made the cameras for the space people. If there's one thing OnePlus is kind of known for in my heart is beautiful packaging and really nice press decks. And I mean, I guess their products are pretty good too. We got the OnePlus 9 series, your best shot. I wonder if there's more space ice cream in here. Do you think?
Yep. Yeah!
He's like, there's not.
Aww.
Just a bunch of accessories in here. We'll take a look at these in a sec. I wanna actually get the phones out first. So we actually got both the OnePlus 9 and the OnePlus 9 Pro 5G, but we're gonna mostly focus on the Pro. Now, both of these are gonna have similar, better Hasselblad cameras, but the OnePlus 9 Pro has definitely got all of the features. Whoa, D-brand skin, what is this? What? I thought this was from OnePlus. Did I just get scammed? Colton. Now inside the box we've got the phone as per usual, a bunch of documentation, propaganda, the usual stuff. Safety information, all right, we don't need any of this crud. And as for the rest of the box, wow, we actually get a charger. That's a nice sight for sore eyes in a phone these days. Obviously with OnePlus hyping up their Warp Charge, it's no doubt that there would be a charger in the box. Got the nice OnePlus cable, and that's pretty much about it. There is something a little special about this charger. It's Warp Charge 65T. A little bit of an update, but we'll give you a little more on that later. Nice, nice, nice. Well, look, T-brand again. Those guys, man, so sneaky. All right, it's a little bit different version of the skin, a little bit different version of the phone. All right, I'm seeing some patterns here. I bet you it's got the same things in the box. Whoa, the same things in the box? No way, man. I don't believe it. All right, I'm just gonna put these phones over here because we do still have a few more accessories to take a look at before we actually get into the phones. Now, because this is a media kit, you're probably not gonna get any of these accessories with the phone unless you were to buy them, but they do look pretty nice. We got sort of a carbon fiber looking case. Probably not actually carbon fiber, but it looks cool. And we have a sandstone one, which is just sort of that like grippy-ish material that they usually do. All right, and this is another cool thing. We got Warp Charge 50 wireless. So this thing will do 50 watts wireless charging. Like, that's faster than most phones charge plugged in. Not bad. It's got turbine air cooling, and I think this one actually has 2 separate coils. So regardless of if your phone is vertical or horizontal, it'll charge at the same speed, which is really nice. Okay, wow, this looks kinda I don't know, chintzy almost. I mean, it's nice. Just looks like it's, you know, out of 2006 or something. And why is it shaped like this? I guess that's to make the vertical experience better, but it seems like it's just gonna make the horizontal. Actually, it's actually not so bad. It definitely helps with the vertical alignment, so actually I'm okay with that. Oh, you don't get a brick with, oh, I guess you're supposed to just use this brick. Okay, so while we don't have pricing on the new one, but the Warp Charge 30 wireless charger was about $100 Canadian. So if this is $100 and it doesn't even come with a thing to plug it in the wall, it's kind of disappointing. If you want to have a standalone charging station that doesn't use your stock brick, you're gonna be spending another $50 Canadian just to get the power adapter. Okay, so the OnePlus 9 Pro, man, like the 8T and the 8, it's really a good form factor. I used the 8T for a couple weeks personally, and I've switched back to my Note 20 Ultra just because I like the big screen, but man, OnePlus really does a good job of making phones feel nice and also very well balanced. It's really got the like last gen Samsung vibes on the top there. OnePlus has designed this phone around what they call a burdenless design. From what I understand, they're really just trying to make their phones feel good in the hand, which they do, and also make the OS easier to switch to for people say that are used to other phones or Apple devices. It's just meant as an overall encompassing, easy experience, and it does feel nice. I haven't really touched the OS, but it feels good, sure. Looking at the back of the phone, they've definitely moved away from the 8 Pro's center justified cameras and switched over to a consistent layout between both of the devices. So you got the cameras on the left, just like most other modern smartphones. So that's consistent at least. And we can see the stars of the show. Look at those giant cameras. Holy crap. They're massive. There's a Note 20 Ultra for comparison. Like I mentioned earlier, the cameras here are meant to be the star of the show. This is OnePlus's final redemption. They are fixing the one big problem that always made people go, OnePlus, oh, the camera kind of sucks. Oh, hopefully not anymore. For the main shooter, they have a custom-built 48 megapixel sensor, co-engineered with Sony, so that's gonna be, that's a big sensor. It's got 2x2 on-chip lenses, 12-bit RAW support, and also supports digital overlap HDR. So that's where they take sort of a long and a short exposure and mix them together to make a higher dynamic range image. As for the ultra-wide camera on this phone, that's what OnePlus is really hyping up this time around. It's a 50 megapixel f2.2, which is supposedly the largest sensor and lowest distortion ultra-wide camera ever on a smartphone. With their freeform lens, they're saying edge distortion on this camera is around 1%. Compared to 10 to 20 on your average smartphone, which is, wow, a huge improvement. It's also apparently really good for macro photos with a minimum focus distance of only 4 centimeters. Down at the bottom, there's a 2 megapixel monochrome sensor that's meant to add detail to black and white photos. And they also have the 8 megapixel f2.4 telephoto. They've also apparently added a tilt shift mode meant to simulate the sort of like miniature effect you get out of a tilt shift lens. We've got an LED flash there, the autofocus sensor, as well as the rear microphone. For video, it'll shoot 8K 30 like most other flagships, but it'll also do 4K 120 and not just in slow-mo, so you can actually take that full 4K 120, which is pretty cool. Around the front, although you might struggle to see a little bit, we have the front camera, which is a 16 megapixel f2.4 shooter, also made by Sony. And their goal with this one was to accurately recreate skin tones with that Hasselblad color science, but also to not do any skin smoothing apparently, which is a strong departure from like Samsung or anything like that, which is like, they are skin smoothing AF. Your phone is gonna make your skin look fantastic by default unless you turn that crap off. Around the sides, we have a physical mute switch. I don't really like the directly opposing volume and power, because when you're in your pocket, man, you can never figure out which one it is. Why do phone manufacturers keep screwing this up? It's so simple. Put them on the same side, or make them textured, or put them in different spots. Like, come on, guys. But now I guess we get to turn it on.
This video was brought to you by Mine. Thanks to Mine for sponsoring this video. Mine is the smart data assistant that helps you discover where your data is and helps you keep it where you want it. With Mine, you can exercise your data rights and reclaim your right to be forgotten by asking services you no longer use to delete your data. Just sign up and Mine will let you know how many companies are holding your data. 155 companies are holding my data right now. We haven't bought any suits from the Black Tux for like 2 years. This is insane. This is why Mine exists. Thank you, Mine. From there, either on the web or through your email, you can send out an official data subject request to have it removed. Companies need to confirm your identity and then they can delete the data. Mine makes it easy to send an automatic email with the request directly to the company from your inbox. It's available for free for a limited time only, so check it out at the link below.
Like I said earlier, we're gonna be focusing on the 9 Pro, so I'm gonna run you through the main differences between the two devices. For battery and charging, they have the same battery. They both can do Warp Charge 65T, but the Non-Pro is limited to 15 watt Qi charging rather than the Warp Charge 50 on the Pro. The Non-Pro has a little bit lesser sensor. It's gonna not have a telephoto, so it's just gonna have that monochrome sensor. It doesn't have a rear mic or dedicated autofocus sensor. It only has regular HDR, not the digital overlay HDR. As for displays, the Non-Pro is a little bit smaller, has a little bit lower pixel density, and it also doesn't have the new fluid display, which we haven't really gotten into yet. This one, it's got 120 Hertz. It's still like smart, whereas it'll throttle down to save battery. But this one, it's got some new tech cooking. And it's probably a good transition to talk about this display because this is another really cool feature. One of the first things you might notice is the display doesn't quite curve as much as on the 8. People were complaining that you would accidentally touch this and, you know, activate the screen, which you don't want to do when you're watching a movie. It might be kind of annoying. So they're calling this like a micro curved display to reduce mistouches on the side. And it has some new tech that OnePlus is calling Fluid Display 2.0. It still has a 120 Hertz screen. You're still getting that full refresh rate when you want it. But what's really cool is this display can go down to 1 Hertz. That's right, 1 frame is displayed per second. If you're, say, looking at some photos, we don't have any photos on here, looking at some photos or looking at some text to save battery. Say if you're watching a movie, it can go to 24 Hertz, and if you're scrolling through some text or whatever and you want that beautiful smooth, well, I don't have any apps to scroll through, but if you want that beautiful smooth 120 Hertz, it will do that. And the last cool innovation is something they're calling HyperTouch, which I don't really know if it's gonna make that much of a difference, but it basically means on supported games, the screen actually samples at a higher refresh rate. The digitizer will actually run at 360 Hertz rather than say 60 or 30 or 120, which hopefully should give you, you know, a little bit better of an input lag advantage, you know, when you're playing PUBG Mobile and half of the people are bots.
COD Mobile too.
COD Mobile, sure, yes. I'm a true mobile gamer, okay? And all of these features still work with the crazy brightness. You're looking at 1300 nits peak, along with excellent color, you know, the stuff that you would expect from a flagship phone. Oh, I just realized I forgot one thing, which is pretty important, the price. For the Non-Pro in the 12 gig 256 variant, you're looking at $829 US. For the Pro in the 12 256 gig configuration, you're looking at $1,069. Of course, on the inside of the phone, you're also getting the latest and greatest from Qualcomm. That's the 888. That's the fastest CPU you can get in a phone right now. I mean, who knows, but we're gonna run Geekbench here against a Note 20 Ultra. So this is the 865 Plus. And just see quickly how much faster it is. A million faster. I mean, right off the bat, the test isn't even done yet, and it's already at 70% here, 72% here, and 60% here. So I'm just guessing that this one is a little bit faster. Holy mackerel, wow, that's a huge difference. Holy crap. I didn't know the 888 was so fast. Ugh, all right, we gotta look at the camera now. I'm gonna get some props in here. Maybe a space ice cream? I mean, it looks pretty good just in the preview. Oh, it goes into like super macro mode and it looks kind of ass, but then you back up and it like switches back to the main sensor. Whoa, that looks weird. We'll go to the ultra wide, switch over to our Note 20 Ultra. Let me clean off these sensors. Nowhere even near as close. And then we'll do a zoom. Forgot there's a second phone here. So we'll take a photo. Regular one. Okay, so the zoom on this one is only a 2x, but it doesn't have a telephoto, so I'm assuming that this is just digital zoom. Okay, we gotta try out the front cameras too. Man, look, I can see on the Samsung. It's just smooth. I have all of the stuff turned off and it's still smoothing my goddamn face. It definitely looks less grainy, although the Samsung phone lets you zoom in a lot more. Oh man, the ultra wide on this is better than the Note 20 for sure. Look at the detail in that. All right, so we got both of the phones. We're gonna do a little pan here to check out the video. Man, it just looks, the Samsung looks choppy. This thing looks like butter. This camera looks pretty good. As for the rest of internals, in terms of upgrades, you got UFS 3.1 storage, super fast, and if you thought they couldn't make charging faster, they've made both hardware and software optimizations so that this phone can charge from 0 to 100% in 29 minutes. Less than half an hour. You are getting this phone charged in 30 minutes or less or your pizza is free. Holy crap, it's already at 31%. It's already gone up 1% just in the few seconds I've been talking. Yeah, sorry, wow. I'm just lost for words, so much so that I forgot to tell you guys the capacity. So both of the phones are 4,500 milliamp hour, which is it's pretty respectable. Look, the moral of the story, these phones charge so fast, it's almost comical. All right, guys, well, at least first impressions, this thing, the camera looks great. The battery charges fast, the screen looks awesome. Like, this seems like maybe one of the best flagship, packages you can get now that they figured out the camera. Either way, I'm super stoked to see what OnePlus has to do in the future. I'd love to try out this phone more, so if you guys want to see a review, comment down below and we'll maybe do one for LTG. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you actually get notifications when we do videos. All right, little outtake. I just took the skin off. Oh no. Oh. All right, bye.